There is a saying that says, believe what you preach and preach what you believe. What do we do when we see ourselves into temptation or trials? Can we still believe what we preach or preach what we believe? Today we celebrate the memorial of St. Boniface. And St. Boniface, originally he was from England, but they called him the Apostle to Germans. And the reason was because there was a time in 7th to 8th century, in Germany there was this mighty tree. This tree, people used to worship this tree, an oak tree dedicated to an idol called Thor. And every year people come like pilgrimage, they come and they worship this mighty tree. And when Boniface arrived in Germany, he preached to them. He said, I'm going to cut it. And the people said, no, if you cut this tree, you're going to die. The thunder is going to strike you. And he said, just watch and see. And he was cutting the tree. The mighty wind came and pulled that tree down. And people were surprised. And they believed in God. Coming to this first reading today, we see St. Paul. Because he preached on the resurrection of Christ, the Sadducees and the Pharisees were confused. They brought him out and said to him, preach what you believe and believe what you preached. We want to see, can you do that? Can you repeat what you said? And St. Paul stood among them and said to them, you know, I'm a Pharisee, the son of the Pharisees, and I believe in the resurrection. And there was commotion among them. They divided, and he was saved. And at night, the Lord appeared to him and said to him, Paul, take courage. I'm with you. You're still going to Rome. And when you go to Rome, you're still going to testify. So looking at these two stories, the story of St. Paul and the story of St. Boniface, how do we handle temptation? When temptation comes, can we be able to stand firm and profess what we believe? Can you defend your faith as a Catholic? When the poor ones are being trapped down, can you stand up and say no? When injustice are being practiced, can we stand up like St. Paul or St. Boniface and condemn it? Another thing is, looking into our lives, can we see any oak tree that needs to be cut down? You know, sometimes the unbelievers, sometimes the only way they can believe in you or believe in us is through a sign we give to them. What do they see? Maybe they still see that oak tree standing up. Maybe oak tree of pride. Maybe oak tree of jealousy. But the question is, which oak tree is still standing? Is there any oak tree around us that needs to be down? Let us look into our lives and see.